It is Wednesday, and as I promised on Monday, we are going to do a video. So I have, I'm going to do a demo, actually, a video. I'm going to,
Whatever.
gosh, I got so much running through my mind. There's so much I want to cover here, guys. So if I get, I started pounding on the table. I caught myself. I stopped.
I'm going to start using that ruler.
Here's how we'll fix that. Stick my hands in the drawer. So I'm pounding in the drawer. I'll try and refrain from pounding on the table. But I've got so much that I want to cover today. I'm going to do a little demo where we're actually... Vicky's picked up the yardstick. Yeah. Anyway, so I want to do some carving today, and I'm going to cut some really tiny letters. These are little half-inch. These are actually Bookman font. These are half-inch letters. We don't really have these on the website, but we can make whatever size you want. But anyway, these are half-inch, and I want to show and compare 3 different router bits. This actually happens to be 3 different routers, but I want to compare. I'm not talking about the routers here. I'm talking about 3 different bits: the SC50, the profile, and the 60 degree. Why do you look confused there?
Because it's opposite on your board.
On my board? Well, that's because I'm going to turn it around. So I'm going to demo the SC50. Did I throw you off?
You're going to get smacked with that.
I'm going to grab that yardstick before you get a hold of it. All right, so I'm going to do the SC50, the profile, and the 60 degree. And there's the thing about this is any of these router bits will do detail like this. Well, and I'm doing letters here, but it could be a picture as well. But there's advantages and disadvantages on each of them, and I want to kind of go over that. So here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to fire up the router, and I'm going to carve all of these with the bit that that is spelled out there. This SC50 probably is not going to cut very well for this, but we're going to do it anyway. Oh, I need my cheaters. Sorry. Vicky's shaking her head. She's giving me the stink eye. Fortunately, I'm not looking at her, but I know it's there. All right, here we go.
Well, I'm trying to get around the cord. There we go.
There. Oh, actually, I can turn this around. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. All right, that's the SC50. Huh?
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right, that's the SC50. Here's the profile. Oh, that's set way too deep. And I'll be showing these bits, so at the end here, you'll get to close up on them. And now we're going to cut with the 60 degree. I'm all jammed up on my cord over there. All right. I didn't give myself enough cord with that one. All right. Thank you. Oops. Turn that around. That better?
Yeah.
Okay, a little change of plans. We're going to shut the camera off and I'm going to set up something and we'll be right back. Okay, so here's what we got, guys, and I want to talk about each one of these bits and what the advantages and disadvantages. So here's the SC50. That's the first one that I did. That cuts the finest line, no doubt about it. So that's the advantage to it. Disadvantage is that because it is only one flute, that is a detriment. That's a negative because it's only one flute. That means it cuts harder. It's harder to hold a line. Now, on the positive, you can't go very deep, so that you're not cutting a lot of wood, so that helps in it being able to hold a better line. And when you sand it off, you know you're probably not going to sand most of your detail out because it's cut so deep with such a narrow line. So the advantage is I probably on these letters I would not have picked that, even though I wanted to cut it. It's tougher to hold a line. Another disadvantage is if I probably went too deep on these letters. That's probably deeper than I needed to go. By the way, I'm using my cedar fencing here. That's what this material is. I could have very easily, if I tried to push it too hard, broke the tip off of that. So that's the SC50. The profile bit, I'm going to come back and kind of wrap up what my thoughts are on which one that I would prefer here. The profile bit, that's two flutes. And I'll turn that just slightly. So what I mean by one flute, see how it has only one cutting edge on that SC50? The profile bit has two cutting edges. It doesn't cut as narrow as the SC50, but it still cuts pretty narrow, and you can still cut pretty deep with it. For these letters, this works out pretty darn well. It still cuts deep enough that you're probably not going to lose any detail when you go to sand it. If you happen to sand a little bit too heavy, you're probably not going to lose much detail. So I think the profile bit is a better choice for this size letter than the SC50. Now we go to the 60 degree. Now the 60 degree cuts the best out of all three of them. It's got three flutes. You can see it's got three cutting edges. It cuts it cuts through this stuff like it's not even there. It literally cuts through it like it's marshmallow. Whereas the profile bit, there's a little more drag on the profile bit. Now, the fact that this is one flute, two flute, and three flute, that doesn't necessarily mean that if you've got a 4 flute or a 5 flute, it's going to cut better for you. I don't cut with anything more than 3 flutes. This is actually the only cutter that we have that has 3 flutes. It does cut very, very nice. The disadvantage is that when you go to sand this, if you can't go as deep as you can with these two, and when you go to sand it, you may start losing some detail on there depending on what you're cutting. you probably wouldn't lose much detail, but remember, the V groove that you're cutting here, the more material that you take off, the skinnier those letters are going to get because of the angle at the bottom. Whereas this is probably going to stay pretty much the same, and this definitely will stay the same if you were taking, a 64th off there with a sander. So I think if it were my choice, if this was what I was cutting, little half-inch letters, I probably would go with the profile bit because that's kind of the happy medium. Especially if you're not really good with a sander and you're going to sand off, you tend to sand off too much. I think the profile bit, I didn't mean to do that. Stuff flying all over. I didn't hit the bench though, not yet. I think the profile bit was probably what I would use on here, especially if you're just starting out. Now me, I like the way the 60 degree cuts better, and I'm pretty good with the sander, so I can really kind of control the sander really well. I may use if you're really advanced, maybe the 60 degree bit, but for most people out there, I think profile bit is probably the one to use on half-inch letters. If you're using quarter-inch letters, you probably are not going to be able to use the 60 degree. You're probably going to only have the choice of the profile or the SC50. So it really comes down to, and if you're doing a picture, it really comes down to how fine your letters have to be and how detailed you have to get. If you can make the 60 degree bit work for the detail that you have, that's definitely the one to use. If it cuts too wide and you're going to end up not going deep enough that you're going to sand off and make your letters skinnier or your artwork skinnier than you want it to be, then go the profile. Then the SC50 would be for extreme detail. This is way too big of letters for me to use the SC50 on. If I'm cutting quarter-inch letters, maybe, but it just depends on... it depends on how fine the detail is. But that is kind of the difference between the three bits. I wanted to kind of go over this and tell the advantages and disadvantages on these. I'm sure you guys, I've left something out. I'm sure you guys will have more questions on these. So let me know. I'd be happy to answer any questions for you. So I guess that is about it. We are all very, very lucky because you are about to see the Queen. She is coming on, and in case you guys don't know who the Queen is, you need to ask around. The Queen right now is behind the camera, but soon, very soon, she will be in front of the camera. And you guys, that will be your favorite part of this video, I am sure. It's going to be my favorite part. Anyway, hang on. The Queen is on her way.
Nice.
The Queen is on.
Hi everybody. So I have a little announcement. First announcement is I chased Eric around the room with the ruler, but he wouldn't let me hit him. Okay, so we have some new shirts. So we have now, not everybody, we have had a lot of people requesting the denim shirts. So we have denim shirts now.
Check those out.
Yeah, nice. Very nice.
They won't look as good on you as they do on her, but that's okay.
Gosh, you're so full of baloney.
So you want me to zoom in on that?
Yes, please. So they're all embroidered with the white embroidery on the denim. These are actually nicer shirts than the ones I got Eric. Yeah. Thank you, Steve McCullough, who does all of our shirts and coffee cups and hats and everything. He's awesome. But they're 100% cotton, but they're thicker and they're a better quality than the one that I got Eric. Gosh, 3 years ago, something like that.
3, 4, 5.
So we have these in large, extra large, extra large, and I think we've got like 1 or 2 triple X large. And the shirts are $34. These are $34.99, and they'll be on the website before you guys see this video or after. Shortly. Anyway, it'll be on by the end of the weekend. And then we also got, I don't know if you've noticed, but Eric has been wearing some new color shirts. So we got some new shirts printed up also.
Are you pounding on the table?
No.
Is that what you were doing?
No.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Stop it. Okay, so we have, this is a nice yellow. I like this yellow. I like Eric's bright yellow, but I like this one I think better. It's just nicer. And then we have the blue. and the gray and the pretty bright red. This red shows up so much better. The print shows up so much better than the other red that we have. I really like these colors. They're nice and bright. They are Hanes t-shirts. They're 100% cotton. We have these also in the large, extra large, double X, and triple X. So these are $15.99, and these I have on the website already. So you can order those, and then you can be part of our Sawdust family. And and as my granddaughter says, wear the merch. So yes, my granddaughter's got her own language. And anyway, so I wanted to show these to you, and introduce our new denim shirts. This one is mine. I am keeping it.
And we have a pretty good stock on these.
We do have a pretty good stock. Plus, we're going to order some more. So within the next couple of weeks, so we'll have even more. It's pretty much the same colors. I like these colors. These will be standard colors. $15.99 on the t-shirts. $34.99 on the denim shirts. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, give Eric an email. Send him an email at eric@makeawoodsign.com. You send me an email. He doesn't know anything about these.
I would just forward it.
You would forward it to me anyway. And that's Vicky with DaveSigns@gmail.com. And anyway, I'm excited about them. So I hope you guys are too. I know Eric is.
Christmas is coming up.
Christmas is coming up. These
Just
will be,
saying.
Just, you can take these up, make them kind of smaller and roll them up, wrap them up, shove them in a stocking. Awesome. Anyway, guys, so that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call or give me send me an email, and I will do what I can to get you one.
Oh, you know what? You need to talk about the LTS.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
not coming on after
You're
you.
not. Okay, LTS, this Saturday, 9 o'clock Arizona time. There won't be a video on Friday because we're doing the live training session. So tune in. I will be on that side of the camera reading the questions. Dave and Eric will be on this side answering the questions. They'll be doing a demo of some kind, and then the last 15 or 20 minutes we do a question and answer. Those are always fun. We have so much fun doing those. So you guys have a great week, and we'll see you on Saturday. Bye-bye.
Bye.